Hello everyone, it is Simtastic for Real here, and I am back with another video, and today we are doing a speed build, and it is a home that I did in Brindleton Bay. And I don't know, I'm just really loving this world right now with all of the lakes and docks and things around and ocean scenes, but I just decided to build in Brindleton Bay. I was getting inspired by kind of like Hampton looking homes, so I kind of tried to recreate one. I didn't do the like fancy roof that Hampton homes usually have, but I just kind of did my own thing on the roof. And yeah, I just decided to go ahead and build in Brindleton Bay. And I really liked this lot because it's kind of tucked away. It's kind of by it's by the park in Brindleton Bay, and then because the park is across the street or like diagonal, but it is kind of tucked away, and there's all kinds of docks and different areas where they can walk. The Sims can walk down by the pond and stuff, or the lake, I think it is supposed to be. But yeah, and then it has kind of this like community area right beside it, which is kind of nice. And yeah, I was just trying to figure out the roof. I kind of wanted a light gray roof, so I did pick that out. This home does have no custom content in it because I wanted to upload it to the gallery, and I wanted it to be able to be just downloaded right off the gallery for people so that they can play in it. And so, yeah, I decided no custom content for this build. With my Black Widow challenge, I do have a lot of custom content in that build, and also I think in the Chen's Let's Play have a bit of custom content in that build, but in this one I wanted none. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put anyone in this build. I think it was just mostly for fun for me, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to do that. It does have 3 bedrooms in it, so it's got a room for like a teenager, and then a room for a child, and then the master bedroom for the parents or partners or whatever. But yeah, I just decided one day, I was just getting kind of inspiration by looking at homes online, and then that's how I usually get my inspiration for builds. It just kind of Google search certain builds and certain things, and so with this one, that's what happened. And yeah, I'm just kind of like in the like fall spirit already. I don't know, but this is more like a summer home, I guess, but I'm kind of like in this fall spirit already. I don't know. With my recent Chen's Let's Play, I just got really nostalgic about fall and Halloween and and everything, and I cannot wait for Halloween. And I mean, it is already September, but I just can't wait. So, and yeah, so just looking for windows that kind of would match the build. So I went with the windows from the Get Famous pack, and I do like those windows because it looks like they can be opened. They have that aesthetic in them that they look like they could just be opened, which I kind of liked that, to let the cool air in, or the breeze in. And then I was trying to use a lot more cats and dogs items in this build as well, because we are in that world that came with that pack. So I kind of wanted to use some cats and dogs items. And yeah, I was going to put this at 4 times speed, so I am sorry if it's going a little bit slower, but I was afraid that the camera movements, because I did do a lot of camera movements in this build, and I was just afraid that it was going to start making people a little bit sick, so I just didn't want to do that. And then I was going to go with these bricks because that was on a home that I found on Google. It kind of looked like those bricks, but then I found these lighter bricks, and I was like, okay, this looks much better. And it matched the siding that I went with, because I went with that kind of yellowish light tan siding. And so I was like, oh, it kind of blends in pretty nicely. And yeah, I just thought that this might be a good home to you know, to do. It's kind of like a bigger home than what I have been putting out on my channel. I have been putting out a lot more smaller builds, just because, you know, obviously the smaller builds, they don't take me too long to do, and the videos tend to be a lot shorter. But with this one, I wanted to do a bigger build and just kind of, you know, record that, because I haven't really done a huge build on my channel, and I think this is probably the biggest one that I have done in video. I mean, I've done a lot of bigger homes just on my own, but I just kind of wanted to try it out, and it did take me a while. It took me probably like 3 days maybe or more to completely finish. Because I often tend to start my build and then I kind of stop in between and then try to think of other things. And I'm always thinking about the build and like, okay, what can I add? What can I add outside? What can I add inside? What can I, you know, furnish, and how can I decorate it? And so kind of wanted to do that. I don't know if I will make this, I might make this a like summer home that people can go to and just vacation, because now we have that ability that you can vacation any lot or any world in The Sims. So I kind of might want to make this like a vacation home that someone can vacation to in the summertime, because I think it would be nice to be right on the water in the summer, and especially if like I have a rich sim or something, they can easily vacation to this, and I can just kind of pretend that they own this home, so this is like their second home, and they only travel to it in the summertime. Because I feel like Brindleton Bay to me, and I think, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I think when the pack came out for cats and dogs, it was kind of modeled after the Hamptons in New York. And so, I mean, don't quote me on that, but I have a feeling that I heard that somewhere. And I mean, it does. I mean, it looks like all of those homes in that area. I mean, if you Google Hampton homes, they kind of all have that same build to them as what the Sims team already put in the world when you go into it. So just kind of looks like that to me. But yeah. And then I was just like, okay, of course these people, if they're in that type of, you know, area, the Hamptons or whatever, they're obviously going to have a huge pool. And then I think I was going to name it Hamptons something, but I just couldn't figure out a really good name. So I just went with Brindleton Gardens, just because I was like, I just can't figure out a good name, and I didn't want to just name it just Hamptons. But yeah. So, just doing the kitchen here, and I figured that they might have a really good size kitchen area, and it might be like super, well, this one I was going to have a dining room off from the kitchen, but then I was kind of thinking, okay, if I do that, I'm not really going to have space for the living area. So I decided to just kind of put the dining table in the kitchen already. And I mean, if it's like a summer home or something, that's not a big deal. Even if it's just their actual home, that's not a big deal. I mean, they have probably going to have like 4 people living here, or even 5, because I did put a bunk bed in one of the rooms. So you could easily replace, I put a bunk bed with a desk underneath it, and you could easily replace that and put a bed in there. So if that happens, you know, it is what it is. So you can easily have, you know, 5 people in here, like I said. So with this particular home, though, it took me forever to do the floor plan, unfortunately, just because I was struggling so hard, because I really wanted to have kind of a grand entrance with like 2 staircases and this nice, you know, big area when you first walk in. But the way I had built it, it just wouldn't make sense, because the other rooms would be too small to like really fit anything in. And so yeah, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do for the floor plan. So I just cut that out completely. I just didn't want that in at all. But yeah. So the kitchen, I don't think I added too much clutter items, like I said, because I'm really trying my hardest not to use custom content. And I feel like I fall back on custom content a lot with the clutter items that I have, because they're just so good. The clutter items are just so good. And the base game items for clutter are just not, there's just not so many of them. I mean, they have like 4 swatches for one item. And then, of course, if you use that in every single one of your homes, I mean, it just really limits you to the clutter items that we have. So I'm hoping that maybe in one of, because I did see that they're going to be doing pack refreshes. So I'm really hoping in one of the pack refreshes, maybe like, I don't know, like Parenthood, or what's another good one? Whatever, for like something for a kitchen. I think Parenthood came with really, I mean, I'm using the countertops from Parenthood, and they came with some clutter items. I mean, they came with that bread box and things like that for the kitchen. So maybe that might be a good pack. If they do a refresh on that, I would really love it if they could just add some more clutter items for kitchen. For the kitchens, because or even the ice cream stuff pack, that cool kitchen, it's the cool kitchen pack, that might also be, but that's also a stuff pack, so I don't know how much they can refresh that. I think the game packs, they're really trying to refresh a little bit, because I saw that they are adding some stuff to the spa day pack, and I really liked the spa day pack when it came out, and I still use it today. I mean, I often have my Sims go to the spa and get massages and things like that, and I really like it because they're going to be adding manicures and pedicures, and they're going to be able to have kids do yoga, and so that's going to be really nice. I think that comes out on the 7th. I haven't read too much into it. I'm hoping that it's just like a patch, like if you have the game, it's just going to be patched in. So hopefully that's what happens. And because I really would like to play that, especially, you know, at least with the Chens. That would be so much fun to have like Lydia and Charlotte go to the spa or something, and even Grandma Piper, and they can all get their nails done. Like, that'd be just so cute. So that might be fun to explore when that comes out. But yeah, I'm just doing the living room here. It's kind of a small living room. I love putting fireplaces right now in my homes. Even the eco lifestyle, the little little heating unit that they have in that pack, I wouldn't call it like a fireplace, but it's like kind of like a wood stove looking like to me. That I gravitate towards so much. I love that because it's so small and it will fit, you know, even in like a bedroom, and it doesn't look weird. But yeah, I've been just really loving putting like fireplaces or the little wood stove in my homes, just because it just makes it look more homey, and you can have the fireplace going. And then especially when I do like the shots in my videos of the outside of the homes and they have the smoke coming from the chimneys, I just love that. It's so cute. Especially like especially being in winter in the Black Widow challenge right now. It just looks so cute when I'm outside of the home and looking at it, and the snow's falling and the smoke's coming out of the chimney, and it just looks so, it just looks so nice. Especially where it's like kind of hot where I am still. I do these like at night. I do my videos and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not too much longer and it's gonna be nice and cold, and you could just bundle up with like a blanket and have the heat on, and just kind of reminds me of that. And then in the master bedroom, I just decided to make it a nice yellow color. And then I figured that these people might have pets, this family, so I decided to put kind of like a Dalmatian statue on that table. And I think that they might have a Dalmatian, because I think when I play off camera, like if I'm just playing for myself, I really want to get a Dalmatian for my family. Because right now, the Chens already have a dog, so I don't want to get another one. And then the Black Widow, she's got her cat, Winifred, and I don't know, she doesn't she doesn't strike me as a dog person. I think she's more of a cat person. So, yeah, I just, maybe if I'm like on my own, or whenever the Let's Plays finishes on my channel and we just create a new family, maybe they'll have like a Dalmatian or something. I don't know. I'm just really like, I don't know why that dog. I just really want a Dalmatian in my game. But anyways, maybe it's because that new Disney movie just came out, Cruella, with all the Dalmatians in it. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I do a lot of cuts in this particular build because, like I said, it took me a while to finish the build, and so when I went upstairs, it's like that was like a whole day, and then I went upstairs to furnish. So yeah, yeah, and then like I said, the floor plan took me a while. I mean, I took the whole like flooring out on the upstairs, and I had like this huge grand like entrance where you could like come out of the bedrooms upstairs and look over the banister onto the first floor. And I just decided against that because it just didn't give me a whole lot of room upstairs. I mean, there was going to be like maybe one room up here that I could fit. So I really want to explore that more though. So maybe in another build that I do, I'll do this like grand entrance with like the double staircases and things like that. And then the rooms upstairs. I just got to make the upstairs a little bit bigger, I think, because the rooms tend to be a little bit smaller. And then you can't really fit a whole lot. I did know I wanted a study in this build. I did know that because I figured that the person that was living here, I think, well, what I was thinking was the woman or, you know, that's living here, she probably would be part of the design career. And yeah, I thought that might be fun to explore. I don't have the home decorator pack, but whenever it comes out on sale, I think I will end up getting that because yeah, I do want that pack. Even though I heard it had a lot of bugs in it, I don't know if the bugs are still in it. I've heard mixed messages. Like some people say it's not in there anymore, and then some people say, yeah, it's like total, you know, glitch town. So I don't really know, but hopefully it will come on sale soon, and then I can get that pack because I've seen people do like a ton of parts with that particular game pack, and I'm like, dang, it's a game pack, you know, and it just seems like there's a lot of gameplay in it, so which is fun. Because a lot of the game packs that I've seen people do videos on, it's like maybe 5 or 6 parts, and then they get bored with it and then they move on. So it might be fun to kind of check that out and see what that's about. So, and then I don't ever use this bedspread at all. I don't even think I use this bed very much on my own, but I found this bedspread and I was like, oh my gosh, I really love that color. And then I was like, okay, I really want to find walls that kind of match the bedspread. And then I ended up finding the right purple. And then I was like, okay, but the whole room shouldn't be purple because I think that'd be too much. So I chose 2 walls and then the rest are white. Well, 2 walls are purple and then 2 walls are white. But I was just like, wow, this is perfect. So, and the rooms are a little bit crazy, like the colors that I went with, but I just kind of wanted to go outside of my comfort zone and go with colors that I don't necessarily choose and that are nice, bright, and vibrant colors. In this particular room, I thought that it could be a child's room, so the kid would have like their toy box and their bears and things like that, and then the little doctor bag with the bear that came with the Parenthood pack. And then I figured, okay, well, we're gonna have to have a laundry basket in here as well, because there is a laundry room upstairs. I don't know about anyone else, but the laundry pack also needs to be refreshed, I think, because oh, and I also found this cool rug, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's got all the colors that we wanted. But the laundry pack, I feel like they really need to revamp it a little bit because it takes my Sims forever to do a load of laundry, and then it just accumulates so fast. And I feel like the accumulation should be very slow. Like, it should be slower than it is, because I just feel like my Sims are doing laundry every single day, and that's just not real. So hopefully they'll fix that. And then the also the washer and dryers are always glitching out. Like, there'll be laundry in there, but they won't be going. But then you click on it to try to move them to the dryer or move them to the washer, and they won't be able to go in there. But there's nothing in the washer or dryer, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a whole mess. And I just feel like whenever I put washer and dryer in my home, it's just, I'm doing laundry constantly. So hopefully they'll fix that. Hopefully that's another revamp that they'll do. I don't know how many more revamps they're going to be doing, because I feel like Sims 5 should be coming out pretty soon. I mean, it's been a while since we've had Sims 4. And I heard that they're working on Sims 5. Like, I've heard it through like the news and online and on Google that they're working on it. So I feel like it should be coming out pretty soon. I mean, I don't know how much longer, but they did say that they do expect to have more in the Sims 4 game. Like, they're not stopping yet. So, I don't know. We'll see. But this is the teenage room, I thought. So I thought she probably, or he probably would have a computer. And then I put the backpack on the desk because I thought that was kind of cool. Added clutter item. So they just throw their backpack on the desk while they're doing their homework or something. And then I really liked that bedspread and sheet set that came with the bunk beds, and it's also its own item by itself, but it came with the Parenthood pack, I think. But then you can also get this in the base game, so you can get this you can get the bunk bed in the base game. But yeah, I really liked that bedspread and the sheets that went along with it. And so I decided, okay, well, he or she is probably going to be really into space. So I put that in this room, and then I also put some space pictures on the walls. And then I was like really trying to make this chair fit. And I don't know if we keep it. I can't remember. I don't think I do. I think I put a bookshelf in here instead. But I really wanted the chair because I was like, okay, if I put a bookshelf in here, they're going to need somewhere where they can read. But then I was like, well, they can always just read at their desk. So I think I ditched the chair because it just wasn't working in the end. And then I was like, it's just too many chairs. Because they have the chair to their desk, and then they also can sit on their bed. So, yeah. But having a bookshelf in a teen room I feel like I really wanted to do that for this teen. Because I feel like they'd be, like I said, really into space, really into knowledge, really wanting to know everything. And so that's what I decided to go with. And I also put, which I don't think I recorded this, but I did put the little fairy light type of things around some of the walls in each room. So in the kids' room, they have the fairy lights, and then this room also has the fairy lights. Because when I was a teenager, I definitely put like a string of lights up at the top of my room around my ceiling. And I don't know, it just gave off a really cool light at nighttime when I would just have those on and nothing else in my room. Like, I wouldn't have any lamps on or anything. It was just the lights. So, yeah. And then I really love this wall color too, the wallpaper. It just looks like speckled wallpaper, and it kind of looks like stars. So I was like, well, this is perfect for somebody that's really into space. And then I really wanted to put a fish tank on top of the bookshelf, but the way the fish tanks are, they don't really fit on bookshelves, and I don't understand why they don't. So if you go down far enough, like, you can see the space between the bookshelf and the fish tank, but I really wanted to leave it because just really want a fish tank on the bookshelf. That's what I wanted. So, And then this is the laundry room. Usually lately when I've been doing laundry rooms, I've been just like putting them into bathrooms. But I really wanted to create an actual laundry room with the counters and a sink and everything, where I think that they would be like soaking their clothes before they washed them. And so I don't know, really wanted to create an actual laundry room. And I was like, well, I have enough space. I have like 4 rooms up here. So, and then I just added some clutter items from the laundry pack. And yeah. All right, everyone, I think we're going to be heading into the screenshots very shortly here. I hope you all enjoyed the build today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you all in the next video.